Hello, everyone. This session, we are going to introduce Dynamics 365's customer engagement plans. So there are different modules listed alphabetically, including sales, project services, field services, omni-channels. Marketing is not part of the trial module. It needs to be installed separately. This is education module for K-12 education. Of course, there are K1, K2, and the fundraising and engagement modules. That's for non-profit organizations, developed. And Dynamics 365 apps for Outlook. This is an add-on. So then customers can open contacts from the Outlook. And organizations can purchase a cheaper license, such as sales team member license. And they can pay just a few dollars and every month to access sales team member modules. There are multiple URLs here for different admin centers. The first one is a Power Platform admin center. We start from the first one. This is the tenant with different instances, including the default instance. The default instance include the entities, views, relationships, and you cannot do any modification or not delete the default instance. Then other instances, such as sandbox or production, are listed here. This is my trial version. This is a URL. If we click this URL, then we can access our instance URL. In old interface, it's called organization URL, but now in new interface, it's called environment URL. But it's pointing to the same thing. If we click, we open the Dynamics URL. This is, you can see the org ID here. If we want to do some modification, such as which security group can access this instance, we added or modify the security group here. For users not in this security group would not access instance. In our trial, we did not add any security group. So that means all the users, if they have proper security roles granted, they can access this instance URL. So administration mode, if you enable that, so that means only system administrators and system customizers can access, but other users cannot access. If it enable it, some of the bulk system jobs cannot run. Say, for example, like a scheduled bulk delete job, if under the administration mode, it's not going to run. So unless you disable it, it will start to run. Nextly, we have different settings here to go through. Here we can see products, behavior, features, and privacy security. Next is like user permissions. In old interfaces, there are ongoing processes to migrate from old system settings interface to system admin Power Platform admin center. Yeah. In the past, if we turn it on, then we can see the legacy interface. In early March 2021, Microsoft migrated all of the legacy interface to unified interface. Some of the features, like we can turn on and turn off. Say, for example, here, like data worth search, we can turn it on, and quick find. For some features we don't use very often, it's better to turn it off because it costs us system resources, unless you do need it every single day. Yeah. Yeah, for business settings, there are some settings like business closure and a calendar, and we can find it from system settings. Yeah, so from here, yeah, we can configure the same thing. So from business management, then we can set up the business closure. Gradually, all the settings from system settings are going to migrate to Power Platform Admin Center. But so far, we can still configure from system settings. Yeah. Say now, let's say set up a new business closure day. For example, we set up January the 1st as a business closure. When it's loading, then we check other settings. And then later on, we will come back. Here for users and permissions, like the first one is application users. That application users is used for systems integration, used as a function ID. For example, like Dynamics 365 integrate with Business Central, then we use application user as a function ID to do the communication between those two systems. Or, yeah. Now we are going to set up a business closure day for January 1st. Yeah, January 1st off. And start time is January the 1st, which is a Saturday. So then usually if the holiday is Saturday or weekend, then we extend one more day. Okay. Yeah, we added it from system settings, and later on we can check from Power Platform admin centers. Yeah. For business unit structure, for example, we have North America, Europe, Asia Pacific, different business unit. Business unit functions as a security boundary. Next session, we'll do a hands-on to go through all the settings. Yeah. If this is a new environment, you have to do some configurations. Some of them only need to configure one time. Here we can add the teams and the users. Security roles is used to control who can access what entities or data. If the user can only read or modify or even delete, are all defined in security roles. For audit and the logs, there is a change happens in September and October in 2021. Audit logs are migrating to Cosmos database. Cosmos database is much cheaper. So now, at the time of recording this video, to check audit logs, need to go to the Microsoft Compliance Center. Microsoft gave the extra 3 GB for audit logs. For data management, such as auto number, data deletion, bulk deletion, are all configured in. Yeah, we can come to data management, business management, and service management from system settings also. For now, we only have one root business unit. We didn't set up like a sub business unit like North America or Europe. Just make the demo environment simplify. Yeah, such as data management. Yeah, we can configure it in system settings also. Mostly for import and export, and for data duplicate detection. Now, when we do the data ETL, we can leverage multiple different tools like Microsoft SSIS or Kingsway Soft. It's another popular tool to do the ETL, or for small to medium size of a company to use Excel to do the import and export data. Now, if this for customer is a paid customer, then there is a difference between the sandbox and the production environment. One of the big difference is, say, for sandbox, the backup is 7 days, but for production, the backup is 28 days. So that means if you made some changes less than 28 days ago, you can still restore it from backup. Here, for the copy, so that means we can copy this current instance to a new empty instance to make some testing. For us, the trial environment does not have enough storage, so we didn't have extra instance to demo the copy. But in paid environment, say you can copy and overwrite the new empty instance. For analysis, that's say, for example, if we open a Dataverse. It shows the how many active users, how many API calls happened today, because in future Microsoft may change the license and a pattern. Say the users may be charged for API costs. If it is exceeded certain API costs maximum number, then it may generate some surcharge. But now it's not ineffective yet. And here it shows the database and the file and the logs usage situation. Here it shows how many different apps installed in Dynamics 365 apps. The listed apps are installed in our current environment. If we install some new app from App Source, it will list it here. Yeah, for Portal, so far, this one, we don't have the Portal set up. We are having some demo videos to set up the Portal. So now we are coming back to the PPT. Next admin center is called the Microsoft Admin Center to manage users, groups, licenses, and instance privileges. This is a Microsoft Admin Center. Very often we add the new users and grant the licenses. For example, we are going to add the new user. We call it Dynamics VIP C. Then we are going to grant the corresponding license with different roles. Okay, yeah, this user already existed, so we change it the name to VIPU. We are going to set up a password for this user. If this checkbox is checked, so that means the user need to change the password when they first log in. Otherwise, they will use a password you set up for them. So next is we grant the license to the user. So far, we have 25 licenses. We issued 4. Now this is the 5th we are going to grant. Then below, we grant all the apps, totally over 60 apps we grant to this user to use. Yeah, here is one of the point. If you don't give this user admin center access, this user cannot access the admin centers. Otherwise, if you grant them the user certain admin centers, then that user can access the global admin the admin centers. Here is a global admin administrator, then can make the modification or create a new for not only Dynamics 365s, but also such as SharePoint. And a global admin can install the marketing modules. So marketing module needs global admin privilege to be installed. System administrator cannot install a marketing module. Yeah, if this user need to be granted Dynamics 365 administrator, then with that privilege, this user can create a new environment or delete the environment. Yeah, we set up this user. This is the user login credential or username to use. For example, if we created this user, but after a few months, this user left the company, then we can collect this license back. So here we can change the password or change the user's name. If we click this small key, then we can change the password. Now the user left the company, then we delete this user, then we collect this license back, which can be used to assign to a new user. Now we deleted this user. Yeah, the license is freed up from the previous user. Yeah, here billing, we can see our licenses. And in the past, Microsoft allows the users to add the payment card, say like a credit card, and purchase the resources such as storage directly. But a year ago, Microsoft removed such functionalities. So sometimes when user need to purchase extra storage, then the user need or customer need to contact Microsoft partner or contact the licensing department to do the purchasing. Now, for example, if we need to create a new teams, then we can add the new. So I'm doing the demo based on how the importance of different functionalities and features. If we use it more, then I do the demonstration with the important priority. Here we have the, say, some of the settings here we can see in such as domains. Then more than likely we can add the domains in Azure. Later on we can do the demo on Azure. Yeah. Some of the settings we barely use it, but some of the settings we may use it every day, such as adding users, changing the usernames. Here for the health, it gave a very general overview of the health, but lots of time, even though here all the health listed are good, but we may still encounter some performance issues, such as the issues caused from workflow or plugin. Say, for example, if the plugin time out within 2 minutes, it would not show from this health list. Instead, we will see either errors or we can find from the plugin trace log. Yeah, this is the security center. Here we can see the permissions. Then we can change the privilege. Yeah, we can create a new security permissions. But the lots of time we can do from the security roles, users, and teams. Here, the settings listed here, we don't use it very often. Yeah, such as the mail flow, we don't set up the mail flow here. You just get a flexibility to configure the same thing from different places. Say, for example, if we open the SharePoint, it opens the SharePoint, the homepage. It's just a shortcut added under Office Admin Center for you to get convenience to open SharePoint. Yeah. Next is Azure Portal. Azure, we can do a lot of things. Say, for example, now we open the Active Directory. If we need to create a new application user, then we need to add it here. Say for users and groups for new, then we added it from Azure. We created from Azure, and from Azure is sync up to Dynamics 365 or Office 365 Admin Center. Yeah. Say if we create an application user and app ID, we need to create it from the Azure Portal. And once we create it here, then it sync up to Dynamics 365. Then we have a live demo in different video to do that. Yeah, the app user is used for system integration and communication. Here, there are some roles and administrations. Like for me, now we have I have the global administrator role. Here it listed very in granularly and to grant the different privileges. So some of the roles we probably never going to use, such as network administrators. It's taken care by Microsoft. We don't do network configuration. App registration here. If we create a new app, then we can register here. Then say, for example, if we use the postman, then to communicate with different systems, then we add the app here. License, this is for license of Azure. Yeah, here, some of the configurations for us work for Dynamics 365. Probably we are not going to have too many chance to use. Say, for example, we created a virtual machine. Dynamics 365 resources is very scalable. So that means if the user license increased from 200 to 2000, then the resources is going to be increased automatically from backend. Like SQL database. Now in Dynamics 365 environment, we don't have access to for SQL database directly. Say for Cosmos database, like we mentioned earlier, audit log is migrated to Cosmos database. Say for SQL database, say for example, we can use it's called a data export service. That's a free service. Then we can export Dynamics 365's data to extra SQL database. So then all the new data from Dynamics 365 sync up to that SQL database. Then for business to do analysis and AI, then they can query that SQL database instead of query directly to Dynamics 365 DataVerse. So this way, then we can keep Dynamics 365's DataVerse performance without being impacted, because users and business are querying the SQL database synchronized by using the data export service from Dynamics 365. The synchronization only has about 2 or 3 minutes delay. Yeah, for Cosmos DB, as we mentioned earlier, it's a cheaper database with a lower tier, and the audit logs are migrated over there. Yeah, next, say like Kubernetes services and the function apps. We work as Dynamics 365's consultants or architect. We don't use it very often. Yeah. Yeah. Next is a flow. It's used for the work automation, especially for repeated works. Here is the flow. You can see there are many different connectors. Some of them are developed by Microsoft, some of them developed by third parties. Say, for example, if we want to automatically save the attachments to Dropbox, then we can configure flow to do that. Here we can see some AI builder. We have a separate video to do the AI, say such as say invoice form processing or object detection. Here is a Microsoft Power Apps website. There are 3 key components in Power Apps. One is Portal, one is model-driven app, and another one is the Canvas app. Now, Power Apps Portal pretty much replaced all the old portals such as ADX Studio. We can quickly take a look of the Power Apps. Say if we want to create a new, yeah, this listed are currently apps. Yeah, if we want to create a new, then we create here. Yeah, Canvas app here, it's mostly used for mobile devices. Yeah, you can define a certain size. Model-driven app, you can be published to the desktop app by use, and you can use a sitemap to list it here. Yeah, next is a portal from blank. There are different templates, say, such as a customer service template or employee portal or self-serve portal. with different templates. Say, for example, for customer service portal, then it allows you to create and submit the ticket. For self-employee portal, then employees can publish some of their ideas, recommendations, suggestions, etc. For AI builder, say if we use business card scan functionality, then with mobile devices, then we scan that business card, it can generate the leads automatically. If we use a desktop, then we can upload the business card image and it will create the brand new leads with a phone number, address, and the company, etc. Filled in. Yeah, I have a hands-on video can be found in my channel to use a business card scan AI builder functionality. Yeah, next is a Power Virtual Agent. Yeah, we configure Power Virtual Agent here. It's easy to create a new bot. Then later on, we need to write the business logic inside of the bot processing and responding. Say, for example, if our store is selling the protective equipment, then when customer put in the protection equipment model or name, then the bot can find the price for that specific model. Then if the bot does not know how to respond, it can be escalated to real agent to continue to process it. So for intelligence, then it can match some synchronism, to understand. We give an overview of all the other administration centers. Next is system management and settings. We have the hands-on in next session and video. Here, like I say, for business management. We just go through it quickly in this session. Yeah, that's for business closure date. We don't provide support on that day unless you have 24/7 plan. For queue, every single new user has a personal queue. We can put the the cases from customer to different queues with level 1 or level 2 or level 3. And for level 3, the support can pick up the case from level 3 queue and assign to his personal queue to process queue finish. Sales territories, it's a logic sales territory boundary. Say, for example, my group is in charge of central of US, other teams in charge of Western. A size can match to your physical match. Say, for example, if we have a site at 110 Eastern, then we can add that address to this site. Currencies. This currency is for the base currency. Generally speaking, say for the customers in US, then it's US dollars. For customers in Europe, then probably the base currency is euro. This currency is once it's set, so you cannot change it like easily. In personal settings, you can set up your personal settings currency, but that's only for your personal currency. This currency is a base currency used by all of the users of this organization. Over there, you can set up a static exchange rate. Say, for example, $1 equals 6.7 Chinese yen, but that static exchange rate does not having too much sense to be used. Then the developer need to write to grant the dynamics exchange for daily use. For automatic record creation and update the rules, that's say, for example, when customers send out an email to Microsoft, then based on the email's keywords, then that can be routed to different queues with a new case. Yeah, then that case is routed to different queue, and then the support can pick up the case from the queue or being assigned by certain mechanism. Yeah, if the user had a SharePoint issue, then the email sent to US could be used to generate a new case to route to SharePoint support queue. Go metrics, it's can be set up by sales for certain goals. Facility and equipment, say for network companies, there are 50 trucks and certain lanterns, right? Certain devices used to be on site can all be added. Resources group are mostly for the field service technicians. Yeah, how many technicians can be dispatched to on-site? Yeah, and which shift is available? Subjects is once we set up, then it can be used for service subjects. When we create the new case, we can see it from a service. Connection rules is used if we have some family members or friends working in the same company. Yeah, for LinkedIn Sales Navigator, it can be integrated with Sales Enterprise. Then with LinkedIn, yeah. So okay, so then we already introduced the queues, routing rules earlier. Yeah, SLA is service level agreement. Then it defines the, say, for example, how long we respond to the customer, 1 hour or 4 hours. So holiday schedule is set up, say, for holidays, they only 24/7 got support, but for regular customers may not get support. Customer service schedule, we define the if it's a 9 to 5 or it's 8 to 4, that's schedule for customer service for weekdays. Yeah, then next shift could be, say, from 4 to 12, right? AM. Knowledge-based management is used for KB article search, and templates, entitlement templates say if this customer is a golden customer or silver customer with different templates. Parent and child kit settings, we have such scenario is for the same customer, then different department encounter the same issue. HR encountered the same issue, and production encountered the same issue by using Dynamics 365. Another scenario is say one issue, such as a bug, across different customers. Then once we fix the parent case, then all the child case can be closed. Categories is just a category tree, right? Say from here we can see this is architect. Who's on top, who's on bottom. Email templates is say when we use for different email templates for different customers, VIP customers or golden customers, right? With different discount. So administration and the system settings. Let's go through here. It's administration. When it's loading, then we will come back. Auto number, say the system generated the different auto numbers. For example, like a case, the naming convention starts from CAS at dash 4 digits, and that dash 6 digits, and to create the unique case numbers. For knowledge base, the naming convention starts from KB, that dash few digits, that dash another few digits. We can define how many digits we want. Language is, of course, for US customers, it's English, and for Chinese customers, it could be Chinese. Yammer configuration. Yammer was acquired by Microsoft, paying about $1 billion. So now Yammer in Microsoft used as a collaboration platform, but not used very often. Functions such as a forum, like different people can raise different questions and get answered by team members or other teams. Later on, I can show the Yammer in later this session. System settings. We are going to open system settings. Okay. When it's loading, then we go back, and later on we will check again. A subscription management. That's regarding to the subscription service. Virtual entity data source, we don't touch it. It's still loading. Okay, so we go through the PPT. And security rule key points include like job role-based security, some out-of-box roles. And what's the difference between different security roles? Say the best practice, say, to copy the role is say there are out-of-box roles, but we usually don't directly modify those out-of-box roles. Instead, we copy a role and make the customization on that copied role. Say, for example, there is a role called sales manager, but we don't change the role scope directly on sales manager, and we change the copied role. Security roles are a set of privileges to access and manipulate, such as entities, dashboards, forms, fields, or views, etc. Yeah, say like security is combined or cumulative. Say, for example, if you are a member of a sales person as well as a sales manager, then you are going to be granted more higher roles. Yeah, so that means that you will have the sales manager's role. So that's called a cumulative. So the roles are combined together. If there is a conflict, it's granted a higher privilege. Yeah, system administrator can, and the system customizers only difference is a system administrator can access data, but system customizer cannot. Yeah, for the security, the best practice is to assign the roles to teams and add the user to that team. Usually, we only set up the roles based on users and teams. We don't set up on organization level, because for organization on the records there are only two levels, either grant all or none. Now let's come back to see if the loading completed. Okay, so now system settings is available here. Yeah, this we can see there are multiple tabs available. The first one is general. Yeah, if we don't have Teams integration, we turn it to off, no. So for any functions, if we don't use, we turn it off to no. Text wrapper, we understand. So that means if the text is long enough, it wraps by itself. To next line, yeah. Yeah, the first name, last name has nothing special. Yeah, we don't change it. Currency accuracy, you can set up how many digits after the currency. Usually, yeah, we can set up to 0 or 2. Yeah. This is say to block certain extensions for attachment. Say for .exe, okay, it cannot attach on the Dynamics 365 as attachment. Yeah, so then we can define it here. Search. Yeah, at the now since November of 2021, the enable relevant search had been migrated to Power Platform Admin Center. So this checking this settings would not show up here. And say we can select the entities for categorized search for up to 10 entities. Yeah, here it's for United States. The country code starts from 1. Yeah, say for set the Microsoft message. So enable learning paths, we can turn it off. Yeah. we don't check the knowledge learning path from Dynamics 365 everything. Yeah, so here, like inactive timeout, if this it's for security concerns. If you use your laptop in a public environment, so then you can set up certain minutes to timeout. So that means if you leave your laptop in a public environment for 5 minutes without doing anything, then it will time out. But if we work from home, then probably we don't want to set up that minutes to time out very often. Yeah, next is formats. That's for the, say, we use English. So then the currency or number are all following English format. Auditing here, for if we want to audit certain entities or certain users access, then we can check it here. We can audit the sales entity or marketing entities or customer service entities. But keep in mind, if you check more to audit, then the system performance is going to be impacted. And the storage will go up also. Yeah, to check the audit, now it's in the Microsoft Compliance Center. Yeah, so in our environment, we uncheck all. So for email, we all use synchronization because we are online. So yeah, for on-premise, it's different settings. For online, we all use server-side synchronization. Then the user also can set up their mailbox from their personal settings and approve their mailbox and test. Marketing, yeah, nothing special. Enable mail merge. Yeah. Yeah, reporting. Nothing special. For calendar. Yeah, the appointment can be set up maximally 10 days or 15 days. Yeah, goals, we set up how many days we roll up the goals, right? So especially for sales, okay, we need to, okay. So for sales, yeah, we can set up a product bundle. That's say when we use for cross sale or bundle sale, then say, for example, when you buy electronic device, then related devices can be added to that bundle. Then, as say, customer may be interested. Then, customer would like to buy the related device with a discount. Yeah. So then, say for example, like a set a maximum number of properties allowed for product or bundle. Yeah. So it's based on your business decision to make the change. Here, we define the SLA different status. Yeah. For case, the case when the case is opened, then if the customer did not provide any detail, just say, okay, my Dynamics 365 is not working without any detail. Then you can put a status for waiting for details, and you ask customer what exactly not working. And once you provide details, then you can change the status to in progress. Status say for disable service level agreement, so we don't want to disable, right? So we set to no to disable. That means enable SLA. Synchronization. This is for the synchronize from Outlook or Exchange. Say, for example, if we select, we check the appointment, then for appointment attachments, and it will synchronize to Outlook. Otherwise, it won't synchronize. Or we synchronize the mailing address in Outlook contacts. Here means if the customer has 3 addresses, we synchronize all of them. But usually we just synchronize the Outlook contact. Mobile client for conflict detection for offline synchronization. So that, but since it's already offline, so then we don't set the detection. It's offline anyways. These are for system settings. Yeah, language we mentioned earlier. Now let's open the Yammer. Yeah, this is Microsoft Yammer. So we use it less often now, only for kind of a forum purpose. So in this topic, we can see 67 active people. Then if we change to a different topic, then we have more people interested in this topic. Then you can see posted messages are 451 for questions, concerns, and answers posted there. Yeah, this is a Microsoft Web Yammer. Yeah. Next is data management. For data import, export, ETL, say set up the duplicate detection. Say if the account with the same name, we don't allow, there are 2 accounts with same name as IBM. Of course, we can set different settings. Then we can set not allow same accounting names, and we can set up not allow the same email address. Say if there is a IBM 123 at IBM.com, then we don't want there is another account with same email address. Otherwise, there would generating the error. Yeah, if a system detect 2 identical email addresses, then it will generate the error as duplicate. In data processing, the data not duplicate is very important to make sure its accuracy, contingency. Yeah, we have the demo in after sessions for the duplicate detection rules. For import, export, customers' daily activities. For document management, there is one important part for enable server-based SharePoint integration. So this environment is new, so I didn't integrate yet. But once it's integrated, then this option will be disappear. I have another video later to do the hands-on for enable server-based SharePoint integration and to troubleshoot the error and the issues for that SharePoint integration. Yeah, for integration, there are two different options. One is root, one is entity. For root, so that means you can select very multiple different entities like account, contacts, invoices, SLAs. Then you can see the corresponding directory of those entities. Then the attachments will be saved and upload to the corresponding directories and passes. So if you select entity as option, so then there are only two entities available. One is account and one is contact. So mostly we use the root. Yeah, here, so then we create a top SharePoint site, then all the entities will be under the SharePoint integration directory. Yeah, one common issues we see very often is say if someone made the change on SharePoint side, but then Dynamics 365 cannot find that changes, say change the name or path, then Dynamics 365 will report error. Then the fix is then we keep the same naming comment name and path to as